After the death of Vyacheslav, Rostyslav firmly and peacefully took the throne of Kyiv. The Chernihiv princes of the Olhovik family, the Volonysia Slaviki, Yaroslav of Halik, Hlib of Peryaslav, as well as Ryazan and Novgorod, all stood within his sphere of political influence. He demanded respect for himself, so that the princes would truly regard him as their father. He met his death on the road, already old and ill. Rostislav set out for Novgorod, but upon reaching Veliky Luki, he summoned the notable citizens of Novgorod and made them swear an oath to faithfully serve his son, Prince Vyacheslav. On his way home, Grand Prince Rostislav gave up his soul to God. This happened in the year 1167. According to his will, Mstislav of Volhynia was invited to take the Kyiv throne. The people of Novgorod, however, decided that the death of the Grand Prince released them from their oath, and they drove Svyatoslav out. But together with Andrei Bogolyubsky of Suzdal, he began to take revenge on the Novgorodians, burning the outskirts. The people of Novgorod asked Mstislav for protection and called his son to be their prince. But Mstislav did not hurry there. He was troubled by new raids from the Polovtsians, and he called on the princes to stop their quarrels and unite against the enemies. Svyatoslav of Chernihiv, Oleg of Siveria, the Rostyslavichi, Hlib of Peryaslav, the princes of Turov and Volhynia, joined forces and marched beyond the Dnieper. For 9 days, the army traveled through the steppes. The Polovtsians fled, abandoning their women and children. The princes destroyed the nomad camp on the banks of the Orel River, freed the captives, and returned with spoils. As usual, the spoils were divided among the princes, boyars, and warriors. But many were dissatisfied with the division, and intrigues began. Mstislav's allies started to defect to Andrei Bogolyubsky. Meanwhile, Mstislav was celebrating his victory, unaware of the trouble looming ahead. After much deliberation, he sent his son Roman to rule in Novgorod. Andrei Bogolyubsky, who was nowhere to be found during the campaign against the Polovtsians, gathered a large army and marched on Kyiv. Mstislav barely had time to call upon the Black Hoods before the enemies were already at the city walls. For 2 days, Kyiv bravely defended itself. On the third day, March 8, 1169, the Allies stormed the city and showed it no mercy. The people of Smolensk, Suzdal, and Chernihiv looted the entire city, Podol, and the hill, as well as the monasteries, Saint Sophia, and the Church of the Tithes of the Virgin. And there was no mercy for anyone, from anywhere. Churches burned, Christians were killed. Others were taken into captivity. Kyiv had been taken before, but until now it was seized to claim the capital for oneself. This time, it was taken by a cruel enemy only to destroy, humiliate, and ruin it. Leaving his wife, son, and boyar in the hands of the enemy, Mstislav, together with his brother Yaroslav, went to Volhynia, and Andrei Bogolyubsky handed Kyiv over to his brother Hlib.